Hey, everybody. Hey, kids.
Can we start over again?
Welcome to Real Brave Live. This is the fourth time we're trying it. It's okay. When you do it live, sometimes you get things are messed up, especially when you change the microphones on the day of the show.
I did this yesterday.
Anyway, Real Brave is a music school. Oh, what were we talking about today? Today is Dolly Parton's 75th birthday, and we're going to celebrate it by counting down the top 5-ish country artists of all time, country singers of all time, female country singers of all time, according to wideopencountry.com, halfway decent list according to Kevin. Real Brave is a music school. You can sign up for online lessons at realbraveaudio.com. We have the most innovative online lesson program in the universe.
The whole universe.
In the whole universe.
The known universe.
Most aliens come here.
The observable universe.
And are amazed. Sign up at realbraveaudio.com. Please destroy that like button, that share, that whole button thing where you can follow us. And check out Podbean. We've got audio versions of this around the world. Podbean, very soon, Apple Podcasts, and a bunch of others. So we're it's the little podcast that could, as they like to say it. Here on
Real Brave Live.
All right. So
the little podcast that could. It's awful.
Yeah. I'm sure this sounds terrible, so let's move on and let's talk about Dolly Parton. She's
Dolly
75.
Parton. Dolly Parton, happy birthday to you, Dolly.
Yep. My dad's 75, and he sits on his couch all day.
Okay.
What does Dolly do?
She writes songs and gives money to lots of people.
Yep. Does she complain about politics?
Maybe.
Is she a Trump supporter?
I don't know. Is your dad?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to switch my glasses.
Yeah. Change your glasses. Yes, she's 75 years old. She's had a huge influence on many, many people. You might have known a couple of her songs, like 9 to 5 from the 80s. Jolene. And very famous song, I Will Always Love You, which is actually her original song, but Whitney Houston covered it.
Right. In The Bodyguard.
In The Bodyguard, yes. Good movie. Kevin
Costner.
Yellowstone.
The rest. What is that?
Yellowstone.
What's that?
I've been it's been demanded of me to watch that show.
Oh. So just put it in the queue behind Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot every once in a while. I throw it on.
That's not a once in a while show.
I know.
It's not Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting.
Fall asleep a little bit. Yellowstone is a good show.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
It's so many words I could say. How did I get on Yellowstone?
I don't know.
Kevin Costner. Dolly Parton.
Dolly. Jolene.
I Will Always Love You. Whitney Houston. The rest. Do you want to do everybody.
Good facts or random weird facts?
I think we should do random weird facts.
Dolly Parton is an early bird. Dolly wakes up nearly every day at 3 a.m. to get her day started. During this quiet time, she answers emails, meditates, makes phone calls, and immerses herself in her spiritual side. Who are you calling at 3 a.m.? I guess maybe different time zones. But also 9 to 5. Like, this 6 hours early. Like, what time you go to bed, girl?
Yeah, so what is she doing at 3 o'clock? What time does she go to bed?
At least, like, if she's getting the minimum 6 hours, then she's going to bed at 9.
She's not working 9 to 5. She's working 3 to 5.
She's sleeping 9 to 3, probably.
Yeah.
Minimum 6.
I've been doing the Apple Watch monitoring of the sleep.
Really?
And
how does that affect your battery life?
Oh, yeah, I got to charge it like 3 times a day. But I don't sleep well. I knew that already.
Yeah.
I'm not a good sleeper.
I snore.
Aggressively,
as I've been told.
Sleep apnea.
Perhaps. I don't want to wear a mask, though.
I don't want to either. I told that to Melissa. I'm like, I'm going to look like Darth Vader in the middle of the night.
That's terrifying.
I know. But yeah, my watch is telling me that I don't sleep well. I get about 4 hours of sleep a night, of deep sleep. And me and Dolly Parton. But I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. And then I have to go back to sleep because it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you backed off of that.
I did. I'm getting up around 6.
Today was the first time in a while I've woken up at 5.
Dolly looks down upon you.
Dolly is a librarian. In an effort to promote childhood literacy, she founded Dolly Parton's Imagination Library in Sevier County, Tennessee in 1995. The books are sent to children all over the country as well as to Canada, the UK, and Australia.
Dolly's been married to the same person for 57 years.
That's right.
Which
Carl
is a huge
Dean.
accomplishment. I'm sure Melissa wants to kill me. She's been married for 20. Carl Thomas Dean.
Yep. The pair loves to recount the story of how they met outside of the wishy-washy laundromat on the first day that Dolly was living in Nashville, Tennessee to pursue her dream.
Ah. And what's Jolene about?
A bank teller who she thought was hitting on her husband. Yeah. Jolene, please don't take my man just because you can, etc.
Sure. What else do we want to know about Dolly Parton?
She's Miley Cyrus's godmother. Yeah, it makes sense. Billy Ray Cyrus, country music, Achy Breaky Heart. Yeah.
There's too many Cyruses.
There's at least one too many.
Everybody's saying that she's really talented.
Miley?
Yeah. She. Really? Are we on the intern cam right now?
To the intern cam. We really need one of those things to overlay your camera.
Magnus, what do you think?
Did it help that her father was famous? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's true. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of achy breaky hearts, Kenny Rogers was her best friend, and he died.
That's right. Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers?
He was in Doobie Brothers. Wasn't he?
No.
Yeah, he was.
Come on, now you're making stuff up.
He was.
Doobie Brothers.
He replaced one of the guys.
Kenny Rogers. Was Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins. Who's that? Kenny Rogers was, you got to know when to hold 'em.
Yeah.
Know when to walk away.
Kenny Loggins was a member of the Doobie Brothers.
That's what I said.
You said Kenny Rogers.
That's why I said Loggins.
Yeah. Kenny Loggins.
I forget my logins and passwords.
You need a password rememberer. All right, well.
Happy birthday,
yeah,
Dolly.
Miss Parton, 75. Huge fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wondering why it sounds so bad.
Yeah. We're still waiting on that donation for microphones. Dolly.
We did get a donation of microphones.
Did we?
Yeah.
When?
My friend Milani
Uh-huh.
sent us those two metal microphones.
Metal
that
microphones.
are probably much better than these.
The Neumanns?
No.
Metal
I forgot the
microphones.
name of them. Then why I let you borrow it. It's metal. It's got the bass. It's USB.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's USB, yeah.
But they don't look as cool as these.
No, these are official looking microphones.
But they sound like crap. Okay.
Allegedly.
So, let's go to the top 5 since we're running out of time.
These are the top 5 female country singers of all time.
Correct.
What I like about this list is that there's qualifiers in there. It's not just the best male singers of all time or the best female singers of all time, because all time is a lot of time.
Country's only been around a certain amount of time.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, number 5, Tammy Wynette.
I don't know who that is.
The Wynettes. Right.
Sure.
She's an American country music singer, songwriter, and musician. Was one of the best country music's best-known artists and biggest-selling female singers during the late 80s, 60s, first half of the 70s. Wynette was called the First Lady of Country. That's crazy. And her best-known song is Stand By Your Man. Many of her hits dealt with something that I can't read.
The vibe that I got from listening to this song, which we will do right now.
You are?
Yeah.
I enlarged it so I can see it.
The vibe that I got was Nancy Sinatra, like boots are made for walking kind of like 60s.
The themes of loneliness, divorce, and difficulties of life and relationships. That's Tammy Wynette.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tammy Wynette.
Nancy Sinatra.
Are you hearing this, Magnus? What?
Yeah, Nancy Sinatra. Boots are made for walking. Sounds like that a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's got that.
Things. What scale is that? Is that just like like the country thing they're doing, the twang?
It's a lot of blues. It's a lot of like arpeggios, really, more than anything else. Like that's just going down the C mixolydian with F major, really.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, what is that?
That's a major triad.
Oh. Okay. All right.
That you bend to the major third.
There we go. Well, Tammy Wynette charted 20 #1 songs from the Billboard Country Chart, along with Loretta Lynn, Lynn Anderson, and Dolly Parton. She's credited with having defined the role of women in country music during the 1970s.
All right.
Which is, country music is, it's all about, like the specific country music from like the early times. It's like drinking, womanizing, rodeoing.
No, you know what? No, I would argue that that's more of a modern phenomenon of blue jeans, beer, Jesus, Ford F-150, guns.
But
yeah, I guess you're right. No, I mean early country was more spiritual than anything else.
Sure.
Like it came from like a gospel tradition. Like this next example.
Sarah and Maybelle Clark?
Yes, number 4, Sarah and Maybelle Carter. Clark. Griswold.
Clark Griswold. Yeah, you got over.
This is the kind of country music I like. Yeah, it's folk. Folk is a part of country. The Carter family were some of the first stars of country music. Their influential Bristol sessions recordings changed country music forever. Sarah Carter's voice would go on to influence countless aspiring artists, while Maybelline Carter, later known as Mother Maybelle, pioneered the Carter Scratch, a distinctive style of guitar picking.
Oh. So traditional folk music was transformed in the 60s to become the Byrds, to become the Dylans.
Yeah.
They put a beat to it.
Right.
And they got the twang out of the music.
They maybe urbanized it a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Borrowed more elements of blues and rhythm, and more specifically, rhythm and blues.
If you watch Echo in the Canyon, they go through this in detail and how they took traditional folk music, not necessarily country, and they turned it into, they put a beat to it. It was more forward-looking, and that's how it became what it is.
Yeah.
And that's where rock and roll, what we currently hear, like the songwriting that we hear today, is actually stems from that.
Yeah, there's such a interwoven history of rock and roll, blues, rhythm and blues, and country. They're all really coming from the same traditions.
So Sarah and Maybelle were the first vocal group to become country music stars?
Yes.
Their first recordings were made in Bristol, Tennessee in August 1st, 1927. That's how old that is?
I guess. Almost 100 years ago.
Yeah.
When I say 100 years ago, I think 1900. I think like 1900. I keep forgetting that we're a fifth of the way through this century.
And interestingly enough, off topic, I have to buy a car somehow for my daughter at some point. And cars, I remember when it was like 1993, and you were getting like a 1986 car, and it looked god awful.
Yeah.
But these cars that I'm looking at right now, they don't look too bad, and they're 20 years old. such a different time.
Well, they were made better.
Made way better,
Yeah.
definitely. Like I had a 1986 Cavalier, brown on the inside, brown on the outside.
Ooh.
Gross.
Nice.
My sister had, I'm not getting this right. She had a 1984 Ford Escort, and it was red on the inside, and it was blue on the outside, I think. Like white and blue.
I remember being a very young child, and
Oh
my
my
mom had one of those minivans with like the wood, like belt
Yes.
around.
Yes.
Whatever happened to that?
They're still around.
Can we bring that back?
It's on the inside now. It's really like nice.
Oh.
We have nice wood.
Oh,
trim
nice. Very
in our
good.
Car. It's better than yours.
Number 3.
Patsy Cline, an American singer. She's considered one of the most influential vocalists of the 20th century. Was one of the first country music artists to successfully cross over to pop music. Pop music, of course, is what we're all about.
Yep.
Sure. Klein's first professional performance began at the local... Where did you get this from, Magnus? Am I reading it from somewhere?
What? Oh, wait, the thing?
Yeah, so I can credit somebody.
No, I think I got that one specifically from Wikipedia.
Wikipedia? Thank you, Wikipedia. And it's because it sounds really good. And
Should have taken credit.
yeah, you should have taken credit for it, Magnus.
Or at least cite the sources that Wikipedia cites.
Which one's accepted? I did a lot.
You're not even paying attention, dude. In the early 1950s, Klein began appearing in a local band led by performer Bill Peer. Who's Bill Peer?
I don't know, but here is this person, Patsy Cline. Like right away, I would say this is more R&B.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like doo-wop.
Yeah. It's got like that sensibility in the background of like that.
I like it.
It's hard to hear it on those amazing speakers you have, but I wouldn't say it's country.
I mean,
I was gonna say that there's some sense like that. Some of that guitar has like that sensibility of like a guitarist from a country.
again, it's all coming from same roots as everything else.
Yeah.
You go back 100 years, those roots are a little bit more rootier.
Rootier? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay.
You find more common ancestors that way. Let's go on to number 2. Hey, Dolly Parton.
Hey, Dolly Parton, not number 1, unfortunately.
Oof. Happy birthday, Dolly, and number 1.
Number 2, is, as I say, number 2 is First for Losers. Dolly Parton is an American singer, songwriter.
A national treasure.
Happy birthday.
Nicolas Cage.
Multi-instrumentalist, actress, author, businesswoman, humanitarian,
Librarian.
wig wearer,
Wig enthusiast. Early riser.
monogamist. Maybe.
These are the words
Known
that come to
primarily
mind.
for her work in country music. I mean, how are you married for 50 years? 57 years. Good job. After achieving success as a songwriter for others, Parton made her debut album in 1967 with Hello, I'm Dolly. She thought long and hard about that one.
Yeah. It's a great name for a first album, much like Meet the Beatles.
Yeah.
We did this in take 1.
Yeah.
It went way better. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Okay.
She sold more than 100 million records worldwide. That's 99,999,990 more than me.
You sold 10 records?
I did.
Nice.
Thank you.
Where'd you go? Dozens of dollars.
Dozens. Anything more to say about the Dolly Rebecca Parton?
No, I want to go through number 1, and then we got to do this fun activity.
Okay, so number 1 is Dolly Parton. No, it's Loretta Lynn.
Oof. Congratulations, Loretta Lynn.
Winning nothing.
Honky tonky girl.
Singing You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man.
You
Here's
ain't-
Miss Loretta Lynn.
Woman enough to take my man.
So I listened to Don't... What do we listen to? Are you woman enough to take my man?
Yeah. And what you're hearing there is a lap steel guitar.
Here's something interesting. As our chat blows up, Loretta has sold 45 million albums.
Wow.
So what's interesting about this, for the first time I think in forever,
It's a measure of
someone like
actually like thinking about it, and
Yeah.
more of a qualitative than a
it's not
quantitative.
it's not like
judgment
a
of
popularity
success.
contest.
Yeah.
She scored 24 number one singles and 11 number one albums. And I
love
wouldn't
this.
think of her as being number one. I would immediately go to Dolly Parton.
Yeah. I think of Jewel. You talk about country singers. Is
God
she on
help
this
us.
list? No.
She's a country singer?
I thought so.
She's a folk singer.
Carrie Underwood's on this list.
No, come on. She, in a career that spanned 6 decades in country music, she's released multiple gold albums. I listened to "Don't Come Home a Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind," and that's quite the tune.
There's wise words to live by.
But that's the country like that I was thinking this is gonna be. It's, honky tonk, beers, and all sorts of stuff.
Well, on that note, we can go to today's probably offensive thing. It's Country Mad Libs.
Okay.
So I'm going to prompt you for some words,
Okay,
and I'm going to fill them in the Mad Libs here, and then you're going to sing this country song.
I am.
And I'm going to play guitar on it. And I'll try to harmonize in open fifths, as is the way of the idiom.
Can we have the intern cam?
Intern Cam.
Has the intern cam been on you guys the whole time?
I'd be so mad. I'll be so mad if that's the case. Keep it on the fit.
Okay, I just want to check.
Okay, here we are with country music Mad Libs.
I'm really bad at these games.
Hey, okay, so I need a body part.
Armpit.
Armpit, very good. A color, please.
Brown.
Brown. Car maker.
Kia.
Kia. How about a fruit?
What's more country than Kia?
There's nothing. There's nothing.
It's made from another country.
Right.
What fruit?
Yeah, fruit.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. Okay. Number.
2.
Okay. Term of endearment.
Term of endearment, like one word or like
Like something you would call a paramour or a lover.
Baby.
Baby. Okay. An adjective.
Calm.
Okay. A body part.
Armpit.
Okay. A last name.
Let's see. Parton.
Okay. All right. A temperature.
Negative 4,000.
Degrees. Okay. A southern sounding name.
Goober.
Goober? Okay. Another term of endearment.
Lady.
Okay. Plural insect.
Bugs.
Try again. Try one more time on that one.
Ants.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna change that to Tallahassee flying ants, and
Okay.
you'll see why.
All right. Fine.
All right. Another term of endearment.
Poopy.
Poopy. Another number.
2.
2. Another number.
2.
2.
I only count the 2.
Okay, are you ready to improvise and make this song up on the spot?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can do that. I mean, I put it to a song that I didn't know.
No, we're gonna do that.
Oh my God! I'm gonna drop your thing. That's fine. All right.
Do this in the key of G.
Is that a tune too? Okay. So what's the progression?
I don't know yet. I'll follow you.
Can you tune that high G for me? Sorry.
Hang on, I'll tune the whole dang thing.
This song. What are we gonna call this song?
We could come up with a title
Okay. Well,
after we get through it.
some Cooper Jackson.
No, don't spoil it.
All right, so give me the progression so that I at least know.
All right.
And then this is good.
It's just couplets.
So what are we calling this? This bit?
This is country music Mad Libs.
Okay. Here we go. Let me hear that progression. Hey girl, bring that sexy armpit my way. Could stare at them light brain beams all day. Hop inside my rusted out Kia pickup. We'll drink fruity pebbles, moonshine till you can't sit up. 2 o'clock on Friday night, got my baby feeling right. Riding on down that Darkwood road. Wind in my armpits, I'll never be alone. My fruity pebbles, moonshine till you can't sit up. Right. Down Dolly Parton's barn tonight. Cooler full of 4,000-degree Bud Light. Some Cooper Jackson blaring on the radio. My lady and I don't ever wanna go. Summer's on the Tallahassee, flying its fly. And out here at the creek, my poopy and I gonna roll the windows down to my F2 truck. You can see my antlers and my 2-point buck. I lost that at the end over there.
Yeah, I lost it too. And repeat the last line. See the antlers on my 2-point buck.
I'm upset I lost it at the end there.
Yeah, I messed around with the thing.
So you can see the antlers on my 2-point buck.
Where's that Goober Jackson?
Some Goober Jackson blaring on the radio. It's my favorite country artist.
So, negative 4,000-degree Bud Light. The only kind.
Okay. Well, that's all for us. Catch us every week, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we try to break up the week, entertain some interns, and of course, talk about music the only way 2 musicians can.
Ill-informed and without research.
There's a 4,000% chance we're going to be going back to lapel mics. And we'll see you next week here on
Real Brave Life.
Smash that like button and see you next time there, folks.